Natan Stephen Mallory was born in Newark, New Jersey. He lived in New Jersey and New York before moving to the northern outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia in 2010. Natan had been homeschooled until the 8th grade. Since entering public school in 2012, he has maintained exceptional grades in school. It was in college, while pursuing his Bachelor of Arts degree in cinema and digital media, did Natan discover himself, mature, and start walking into his leadership potential. While working on campus, he served as a residential advisor and mentored many of his fellow classmates. He has won tons of awards, including Homecoming King. Here's the twist to this triumph story. It is spring 2020, and we are still reeling from the havoc of the worldwide pandemic, COVID-19. School has been shut down, his senior year has been cut short. College life, as we know it, has been decimated. Campus is a ghost town. On top of that, last week, Natan was supposed to have graduated at the local public arena. He was supposed to have received his well-earned degree. He was also supposed to have the prestigious award of magna cum laude bestowed upon him for his outstanding achievements academically. But, like millions of other graduating students around the world, whether college, university, law school, medical school, high school, 5th graders, or even those in kindergarten, Natan will have to settle for a graduation ceremony, for now at least, through technology hosted online on the computer. In fact, the cap and gown that was ordered earlier in the year through the college has not even arrived. Everything is so uncertain. Everyone is guessing something will be done to make up for this in the future. But when? Who knows? Who knows? This is the best that the school can offer for right now, and he's okay with that. At least, that is what he has told his parents. What Natan doesn't know is that his father had received a God-inspired idea and game plan 2 weeks prior. Natan's father, mother, and younger sister had agreed that they should do something. They wanted to bring some sense of celebration along with a sense of achievement and, most importantly, some sense of closure to the end of this long journey, even under the uncertain times and circumstances. Unbeknownst to Natan, he has been told that he and his family are meeting at a location to take family pictures. This was a way to get him to unexpectedly go to the barbershop, put on a tie, and for the most part, participate in what was about to happen. The location is on his old stomping grounds, the campus he just left to come home from. Awaiting Natan is a cap and gown that was ordered for him from Amazon in his school colors and a diploma holder. In keeping with the social guidelines of the time, a maximum list of 10 people was derived. 4 seats were already spoken for: Natan himself, his sister, and his 2 parents. The rest of the 6 are strategic invitations. Because they have no other immediate family in the state of Georgia, Natan's family selects those that have played a key role in the success of his amazing academic career. They begin with, of course, his first and longest teacher, his mom. And then his favorite teacher from middle school has been invited, along with his favorite teacher from high school. There is also the individual in college who served the role of a surrogate father. Then there is the retired couple who are the next-door neighbors that did everything to add on to his success, including driving Natan to school most days during his freshman year. And to finish off the list, there is his best friend and girlfriend who has supported him since the 8th grade. Not surprising, but everyone is ecstatic to have been invited. They all show their support. Natan has just arrived with his mom and sister. The surprise commencement ceremony is about to begin.
So Natan thought we were going out to take photos, which is true. But also we're going to take an opportunity to just gather around, to celebrate Natan for this day, and how fitting it is right here on campus. This, that it's on the campus of where I would say as his father, he really found himself, and he grew, and he just really He located himself, I feel like, on this campus. He discovered who he was, and he began to walk in it and feel very comfortable. And it got to be a point at the time that when I would come visit him on campus, he walked around like this was his. Like GGC was about to turn to NSM, Natan Stephen Mallory University. Okay, in the meantime, I got a little surprise for you. You know what this is?
My gown?
Tonight.
That was just at the house.
Okay, so I want you to take your cool jacket off first. Now, Natan, as all you guys probably know, Natan started out as a homeschool student. So he was in homeschool, and he loved homeschool. Homeschool was, you know, you can have your pencil, your pen in one hand, and an orange juice in the other. He did well in homeschool. He did well in middle school. He did well in high school. And he blew the doors off of his college career.
Guess I had to be on campus with this outfit eventually.
Yeah, the show must go on.
Oh, sure.
Even though things are happening in the world, when you're an overcomer, you just overcome. You do what you got to do. So actually, what you thought was a day of just taking photographs is a day of celebration.
Ooh, okay, I'm ready, I'm excited. I'm always down to celebrate Natan, you know. Oh wow, we got everybody. Is that Miss Hernandez? Sheesh, we really went in the woodwork.
The fact that I recall when you came and that your mom had said you'd been homeschooled all those years, and this was your first time in public school. And I had other students who'd been homeschooled before, and so I was prepared to do all the extra work I needed to, help catch you up or whatever, because that's what I had encountered before, but not you. You were always the student who didn't just want to learn it for the test. You wanted to understand it. You asked until it was there.
So Natan, for your great achievement in academics, hard work and study, you've achieved a 3.8 average, which put you at the top of the cream of the crop here on campus, and you earned the magnificent award of Magna Cum Laude, okay? Now this gentleman probably gonna have a mouthful because Natan was a fistful. He was a surrogate dad here on the campus of GGC, and we just want to hear him come up. Come on, let's welcome Mr. Alan Clark. Come on.
Looking back, as I said on Thursday, it's like watching a boy become a man. I know that throughout the years, I put a lot in his hands, and he did most of it. Most of it, I'd say about 94.5%, but I'm really thankful that Natan learned how to say no his senior year, because I did ask a lot of him. I always told him, I'm gonna tell your mom on you because you give me a hard time. Wonderful student, wonderful young man, and most of all, I wanna thank you, Natan, for helping me to mentor other students on campus. Thank you, we're gonna miss you. Your spot on the Wall of Fame is already reserved for you.
His first teacher ever, which is his mom, Miss Sharon Mallory. If you could come and say something.
So Natan, congratulations. It is my honor and privilege to be here today with congratulations for my firstborn son, Natan Mallory, on completing his baccalaureate in cinema and media arts production. I am so very proud of you and all that you have accomplished. I have been blessed to be your very first teacher, homeschooling you for 9 years for grades pre-K through 7. I knew then that you would grow up to be quite the young man. You are a genuine person with an awesome personality. You are a kind, loving, thoughtful, helpful, and intelligent young man. Like your father, you enjoy a good laugh and aim to wow people. I love you, number one son, Mommy.
Well, when Perry asked me if I wanted to speak, I told him no, but then I thought about all the things that and how Natan and Naya both have meant to Mr. Don and I. We've enjoyed when I drove you over here. It kind of made my day. I felt good for the rest of the day. It made me feel young again. And we couldn't have made it with our daughter and son were out of town and all this new technology that's going on. We could have never survived without those two. And we enjoyed having you over every minute. And we'd cook out, and then they'd always come over. They were always hungry, so we'd make extra, and we'd feed them, and we just had some good laughs. And I appreciate you. And when the movie industry comes back to business, I'm expecting great things for you.
During my time on campus, I lived in housing as an RA. There were a lot of things, both good and challenging, let's say, that occurred within housing. With that, sometimes I had a lot of things on my mind, or sometimes there were pressures or stressors that came upon me. But there was one lady, or one wonderful woman, let me say so she doesn't beat me up, that would always support and encourage me whenever I called her. And that is my grandma, Josephine Motley, who lives all the way up north. She was wonderful. She's always down for a laugh whenever I want to call her. She's ready to, help boost me in any way I need. I could be down maybe about the way I look. She could let me know that everyone's ugly compared to me. I could have times where I'm feeling sad, and she'll ask me, why, when I'm such a great person, which, really humbled me, I'll say, for her to give me all those boosts. But through all the good times and the bad times, I always remember my grandma being there for me ever since I was little. She's one of my top ride or dies, I'll say, within my life. One of my greatest boosts and greatest influencers. And today, she is getting an award for my greatest encourager. Everybody, please give it up for my grandma, Josephine Motley. I like to thank my mom for all the hard work and dedication that she's put into raising me and teaching me. I know a lot of times when I was younger, I might have been too ungrateful for some of the things that she provided me with. But I just want you to know that looking back, I just am appreciative for everything, every step, every hour, every second that you've put into making me the person that I am. So thank you. But one person that I know made me crack up and made me think about not only high school more, but myself in the world more, was Coach Kiefer. Mr. Kiefer made a lot of jokes, and he roasted a lot, which is probably part of why he was my favorite person. Now, though he's not here, I will be accepting this award on his behalf. So I will stand here, present it to myself. Coach Kiefer he's way taller than I am, so I'll get on my toes. Bam. There we go. There was one person that helped me even before that. My Aunt Bernice Smith. My Aunt Bernice is one of the most caring people that I know. I haven't gotten too much of a chance to spend time with her as I would like to in my life, but even with that, she still loved me and cared for me, which just shows how much she cares. She wins the award for greatest financer because she has sent me $25 checks in the mail every month for, I think, my whole college career. That woman is blessed both in her heart and her pockets. So please give it up for my Aunt Bernice Smith. My Aunt Zena Motley Weaver has been such a great person in my life and in my family. She's always been there to support me as an aunt, but be, like one of the cool aunts who, tries to get to understand me first and listen to me before really she jumps the gun or judges or anything like that. She's always been open and ready to listen to me. And as the award of great financer for the books category, she has purchased my textbooks every semester that I've been here. So, in my family, we got big pockets, and I'm hoping to follow in that career. So please give it up for my Aunt Zena Motley Weaver. I would like to thank my Grandpa Mallory for being one of my best off-campus educators. When I was little, he would send me in the mail a $20 bill, a $2 bill, and a math problem. All numbers, and I love him for it. And I would say ever since I was younger, he's always encouraged reading and doing math. Those are his top two things. My third one was trying to grow as tall as he is. The man's like 6 feet tall, but I digress. I would like to thank my Grandpa Walter Mallory for being my greatest supporter for education. So thank you. Please give it up for my grandpa for off-campus educator. Adriana, I want to thank you so much for being with me through the good and the bad. And Natan, you really need to just stop it. Thank you for all the good times. Thank you for supporting my ideas when really they were crazy and they really don't work at all. I want to thank you for caring about me so much, enough to help fight for me and help me fight things that I was passionate about and that I really would like to support. Thank you for laughing at my jokes when they weren't funny in order to help me find the ones that are. Thank you for helping me learn a bit of Spanish, even if that's okay. Thank you for helping me learn a little bit of Spanish, even if I mispronounce it most of the time. And most of all, thank you for being there when I needed you most. Naya, hey boo. Naya, thank you so much for encouraging me through this whole college career, telling me when I'm doing the most and then also telling me when I'm not doing enough. Thank you for being there to open up and talk about, whatever tea we need to talk about, point blank. Thank you so much for coming in this campus and being open to ask me for advice and wanting to hang out with me. I'm blessed and honored to have you as a sibling because I know a lot of older brothers have younger sisters, and when they hit a certain age, they just disconnect. But I'm glad we were able to do the opposite and connect even more. But there was one lady, or one wonderful woman, let me say so she doesn't beat me up, that would always support and encourage me whenever I called her. And that is my grandma, Josephine Motley, who lives all the way up north. She was wonderful. She's always down for a laugh whenever I want to call her. She's ready to, help boost me in any way I need. I could be down maybe about the way I look. She could let me know that everyone's ugly compared to me. I could have times where I'm feeling sad and she'll ask me, why when I'm such a great person, which, really humbled me, I'll say, for her to give me all those boosts. But through all the good times and the bad times, I always remember my grandma being there for me ever since I was little. She's one of my top ride or dies, I'll say, within my life. One of my greatest boosts and greatest influencers. And today, she is getting an award for my greatest encourager. Everybody, please give it up for my grandma, Josephine Motley. but also emotionally and mentally. My dad has done, golly, so much for me and my family. Pops, I want to thank you for being open when really I was being annoying. Thanks for always being there to listen to me and always being there to give me some of the greatest advice that I've been able to use here. When Mr. Allen talked about the verbal judo, I learned how to de-escalate situations from when you de-escalated me at home. And Ms. Hernandez talked about, I'm in the classroom wanting to learn. That was mainly due to some advice that you gave me before I started school, which I've held on to till today, which is never be afraid to ask questions. When you don't ask questions, really, you're doing nobody a favor. You're wasting your time and the other person's time as well when they're really there to support you. That's one of the things that I've cherished most in terms of knowledge and advice. Dad, you've taught me how to problem solve, how to do above and beyond when it comes to events, when it comes to surprising people and caring about people and showing people how you care. You've taught me what's really important in life and what's not. When I was little, I thought things like getting 3 dogs were important. I realized that's not as important as.
Now we know that what we're experiencing, not just here in our house, not just here in our city, not just here in our country, but all around the world is going through something that they've never seen that take place on the earth. But what I want to challenge you to do is look at it with all the negativity that comes with it, but I want to put something in you about how positive this time can be. This is a shift that's taking place in all humanity. This has only happened a few times on the earth through the history of mankind. And what I want to challenge you at this time is be very, very open to try something new. The human tendency is always to fight back and to struggle to do things how it used to be. But I want to challenge you to tap into the creativity that's in you and see if you can find a new way of doing something.